The Timmy James Show. The Timmy James Show. The Timmy James Show. Yeah. 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 Come on. Yeah. Don't fuck with me. Yeah. The Timmy James Show. You ain't looking crazy. I don't give a fuck. I'm Timmy James. I don't give a fuck if I mention any name. I'm Timmy James. I don't give a fuck about what you say. I'm Timmy James. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. I'm Timmy James. I'm Timmy James. I'm Timmy James. I'm Timmy James. I'm Timmy James.
Hello and welcome to the Timmy James Show. I'm obviously not Timmy James. No, it sounds like it, but I'm not. I'm a very famous person. I am John Lennon, formerly of the Beatles and formerly of life itself. Yes, that is right, I'm dead. And you're probably thinking, how are you talking? How are you creating a podcast? How are you creating a podcast if you're dead? Well, here's the answer to that. Tim's very sick at the moment. Timmy James, our gracious host, he's very sick at the moment because I don't know if you heard the last episode or not, but he's had his wisdom tooth out and he just wants to have a rest for a few days. So he asked me, and he asked one of my other friends up here in heaven, because he did a seance. Timmy James did a seance, and he contacted me and this other person, which I'll introduce soon. He contacted me and this other person, and said, would you like to fill in for me on my podcast tonight? I said to him, I'm like, what the hell is a podcast? And he's like, well, it's a radio show, but it's on the internet, and you can say whatever you want without repercussions. So I thought, well, I might give it a shot, but would I be able to bring a friend along? And he said, yeah. And he asked me, he's like, who's the friend? Even though the friend was right there. And the friend was like, who do you think the friend is? And Tim's like, I thought he was going to bring Paul. Well, sadly, it's not Paul. Paul might show up, you never know. We've only been recording for 4 minutes and 10 seconds, so he could just walk in at any moment. He'll get a shock because he'll be like, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be dead? And I'm like, yeah, aren't you supposed to be dead? And aren't you supposed to be a imposter? And the real you died in a car crash in 1966? And then he'll come back to me and say, oh, you got no comment. But anyway, enough about me jabbering on. I have a co-host with me. He's one of my best friends. Well, we've actually gotten to know each other a lot more up in heaven. He's also a famous musician. A lot more famous than I am. I once said in a Rolling Stone interview that Before this guy, there was nothing. And you're probably thinking, oh, we know who that is. And if you've guessed Elvis Presley, you're right. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis Presley. Oh, thank you very much. Your beautiful audience. Elvis is no audience, they're just a sound effect. Oh, my bad. My bad. Yeah, so like John said, Timmy did a seance and he's like, would you guys be able to do a podcast? And I had the same reaction as John. I'm like, what's a podcast? And he explained it to me. He's like, it's a radio show on the internet and you can say anything without repercussion. So I thought, well, I'll take this opportunity to badmouth the Colonel. Because I haven't really had the chance, like when I was alive, I never really had the chance to express my true feelings about him. Because for a long time, he just messed up my career. Like, I could have been over to Australia. I could be still alive. Timmy could have been going to my concert instead of Paul McCartney. But no, I just had to die on the toilet, didn't I? Anyway. So, I'm here with John. Hello. I just spoke. Why are you introducing me again? I don't know, just for something to do. Well, what would you like to talk about? I just said what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about all the things that the Colonel has basically fucked up for me. He's basically fucked up everything. For a long time, I wanted to go on a European world tour, like just a world tour, so I can go. Wanted to visit Australia. Wanted to visit England. Maybe is it you, John? See how you were doing? And I heard you didn't like us. I love your music, I just don't like you. I like you now because we've gotten to know each other over the last 40 years. Well, 38 years, no, 37 years for you. Almost 37 coming up, but yeah, over the last 37 years, we've become really good friends. Well, you can say that again. We've become really good friends. Now, Elvis, just because you're more famous than me doesn't mean you have to be more funny than me. Now, I'm known as like the jokester, the witty Beatle. Yeah, well, on most of my concert records, it wasn't just me singing. It was also me having a go at my band. I keep dropping all my sound equipment. Just keep it in one place. It's kind of hard. I'm getting used to this, but slowly but surely. So anyway, in my concerts, I like to have a little bit of fun with the band, and I change up the lyrics of some of my well-known songs, just to fuck with them, I did that too. Yeah, I was well known because I did it on all my concert records. How many concert records do you have? One? No, I had a few with the Beatles, but I had one. Well, I had a few solo concert records, but the main one is the Live in New York City, which everyone loves. Is that the one where instead of, like, when you were singing Come Together, you change the lyrics, instead of saying come together right now over me, you said come together right now, stop the war. Oh, you remember it well. How could I not remember it? You did. I actually liked that song, and then you performed it live, and you changed that lyric to stop the war. You know how hard they were working over there in Vietnam? Yeah, but that war was never supposed to happen. I know, but a lot of things aren't supposed to happen. Like, I wasn't supposed to be a musician. I always wanted to be a singer, a professional singer, but I started out driving a truck for an electric company. Like, I was also working as an usher at a movie theater. I had a lot of different odd jobs. But yeah, my most famous one that people talk about is driving a truck for the Crown Electric Company in Memphis. And there was one day when I was still working for them, back in 1953. I went into the Sun Record Studio. It was known back then as the Memphis Recording Service. The Memphis Recording Service. And I went in, Sam Phillips was there, and little Miss Marianne Keisker. I think there was something going on with them, I don't know. Sam was married at the time. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that, there was something going on with them. But anyway, I came in to record a song from my mama for her birthday. It was called My Happiness, and if you don't mind, I'd like to sing a little bit of it. I don't think we have time for it. Come on, John. Please. I've been waiting to sing this song for a long time for everyone else to hear it. And I think they're going to hear it on this podcast, because from what I heard, there are people from the States, UK, Brazil, Germany, everybody listen to this podcast from around the world. You're saying that you don't want me to sing it. You don't want me to sing the very first song I recorded. I wasn't saying that. I was just saying we won't have time. It's only a short song. Like, I wasn't going to sing the whole song. I was just going to sing, the opening line. Okay, we can do that then. Evening shadows make me blue, when it's 7:02. How I long to be with you, my happiness. Oh, that was beautiful. Want me to sing the very first song I recorded? I don't think we'll have time. We'll have plenty of time. I was just saying that. I was just only ribbing you when I said that. So do you want me to sing it or not? Okay. Alright, here we go. It's called In Spite of All the Danger. Paul does it really well, but I don't think anyone's actually heard me sing it solo. So I'll just sing it. Here we go, ready? In spite of all the danger, in spite of all that may be, oh, I'd do anything for you, anything you want me to, If you'll be true to me, spite of all the heart. Hold on. I only gotta sing a few lyrics and you're singing the whole fucking song. Whole darn song you're singing and I only gotta sing a few bars. Yeah, but I'm the host. You're the co-host. Timmy said we can do this together. Yeah, I know, but I sort of think of myself as the greater one. How so? You once said in a Rolling Stone interview that before me there was nothing. Yeah, that's right. Before you there was nothing. Then there was you, then there was Chuck Berry, and then there was Jerry Lee Lewis. And then in the early 60s there came this little group from Liverpool called the Beatles. And you're saying that I'm not greater than you are. I think we're equally great. Equally. How so? Well, remember how before we were talking about your concert album live in New York? Yeah. Well, there's one song on there that surprised me. What one was that? Hound Dog. Oh, I forgot about that. Doing that. I'm sorry, do you want royalties or not? Because I can pay you royalties. I think we're past the whole royalty thing, but anyway. I would just like to say that it was a good rendition of Hound Dog, but I think my version's better. Now, you know what version of Hound Dog I like? And it's not mine, it's not yours, it's the original one. You don't mean Big Mama Thornton, do you? Yeah, I like that one because yours was like, your version was talking about catching rabbits and all that, but hers was like, you ain't nothing but a hound dog snooping around my door. And then your version was like, you ain't nothing but a hound dog crying all the time. Well, you ain't never gonna rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Oh, that's very good. Now, can I have a go at singing it? Why can't we sing it together? Because I've heard that if we sing at the same time, like if we harmonize, the universe would implode. We're already dead. I don't care if we still sing, like if people heard that John Lennon and Elvis Presley were singing, like harmonizing for each other at the same time, they lose their shit. How? It's just an expression I picked up from these young folks. Oh. So they won't literally lose the shit out of their arsehole. No, you little bastard. I was talking about the expression. But anyway, you just sung Hound Dog, now I want to sing Hound Dog. Oh, well, why do you keep whining? Oh, poor Elvis. I never got to tour the world. Poor Elvis. Hey, if you were in my position, you'd be as pissed off as I am. Yeah, but I'm not in your situation, so, like, I'm not in your position or situation or anything, so just leave it at that. I don't want you to sing Hound Dog, because I just sung it, and if we have the both of us sing it, then, like you just said, the universe will implode. That's only if we sing it together. Okay, alright, you can sing it then. You ain't no more hound dog, crying on time. Well, ain't no more hound dog, crying on time. Well, you ain't never got rabbit, you ain't no friend of mine. You said you was high class, well, that was just a lie. You said you was high class, yeah, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never gonna rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. Hey, who said you can jump in? I did. Well, don't, please. Please what? Just don't, just please don't. You know, please. See, I'm very nervous on this podcast, and I'm starting to sound like Barack Obama. Who's that? He was America's last sane president before the one that they got now. And who do they got now? You don't know? No, I don't like keeping up with the modern day news because I always run into something about Yoko or Paul or Ringo and how they're doing. Yeah, but don't you want to know who the new president is? Okay, tell me. The new president of the United States is none other than billionaire tycoon Donald J. Trump. Who? You know, the guy of Celebrity Apprentice. I don't listen to the news, and I don't watch the TV up in heaven, so I don't know. No idea who you're talking about. Or if you don't listen to the news, you don't watch television, then what do? Well, I just sit here watching the wheels go round and round. I did love to watch them roll, but there are no wheels in heaven. It's a song that I wrote. Hear that, Elvis? A song that I wrote. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? What do you mean? Well, I know you don't. You never wrote any of the songs that you performed. That's not true. I input some of the lyrics, but I don't actually get the pen and put it to paper. No, I paid someone to do that. So you've never actually written a song like, you've never actually gotten a pen and put it to the paper? No, I've never written a song. You want to try? No, I don't want to try it. Okay, I'm living a happy retirement now. I've been retired for 40 years, and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it up here. I'm loving it up in heaven. I like it because I get to talk to most of my friends from the music business, like Chuck Berry, who I don't really want to talk to, but I kind of have to because if I don't talk to him, everyone will look at me and... Elvis, you're not saying you're a racist, are you? No, I'm not a racist. I love everybody of all different races, colors, and creed and nationality. I'm not a racist. Well, why don't you want to hang out with Chuck Berry? Well, you've heard all the stories. All stories of how he behaves when he's not performing and when he is performing. Yeah, I've heard those stories. But you still can talk to him if you want to. Yeah, but it's like you talking to Mark David Chapman. It's kind of hard for me to talk to him because I'm dead and he's not. He's in prison. Thank God for that. Hear that, God? I said thank you for putting Mark David Chapman in prison. He can't hear you. He could the other day. That's because we were in heaven at the time. We're not, remember? Timmy James did a seance. We came down. He asked us if we wanted to do this little radio show podcast thing of his, and we said yes. Also, we're doing that right now. That's what we've been doing for the past 20 minutes. Or 26 minutes to be exact, but yeah. Why are you all of a sudden forgetting everything we just spoke about? I don't know, it's these new drugs I'm on. John, what have I told you? It's only pot. Well, that's okay then. If I find out you're touching any of those other illicit substances like LSD or heroin or any of that other stuff again, I'll break your goddamn neck, you son of a bitch. Oh, that was so clever. So clever how you used one of the lines out of that famous anti-drug rant that you did. How do you know about that? I was still alive when that happened. Because I was currently sticking a needle into my arm and somebody came in. I think it was Ringo or George or something. They flew down. I was in LA at the time, or I was in New York. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. But I know I wasn't with Yoko at that time because I'd been unfaithful to her. You never told me that. Yeah, but you would have heard about it. You remember hearing about that whole Lost Weekend thing that went on for 18 months? Yeah. Well, that's what that was. I got very drunk and stoned, and I was on other substances at the time. And I saw this woman, and I'm like, you, me, bedroom. We went in there, we had a bit of fun. We came out, and Yoko was like, she basically told me in so many words to fuck off. So I agreed. I went, and she's like, well, you're not going alone. And I'm like, who am I going with? She's like, well, I've arranged for someone to go with you. And who's that? I asked. And she said, you remember that little... You remember that, you know, our assistant? And I said, yeah. What's the name again? May Pang? She said, yeah, that's the one. And I said, why are you still in Paul's lines? And she said, no, I just said that's the one because that's who we're talking about. We're talking about May Pang. So yeah, she said, I want you and May Pang to go to LA for a little bit and just leave me alone so I can do my own stuff. And she did. I went with May Pang. I got really drunk most nights and hung out with a lot of other famous people, and they called us the Hollywood Vampires. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a band out now that's called the Hollywood Vampires. and it's there's a few different people in this band. There's like Johnny Depp, Jack White, Joe Perry, Alice Cooper. There's all these different people who joined the Hollywood Vampires, but yeah, I'm jealous because I wish I was in that band because it sounds like a pretty good band. Like, I remember meeting Alice Cooper during my Lost Weekend phase, and he was a pretty chilled out dude. So I thought, well, I want to try and do this not Lost Weekend, I want to try and do this Hollywood Vampires band with him. But I can't because I'm dead. And I'm obligated to do this podcast, so I can't. Well, you can try. Yeah, I know, but I don't really want to. Oh, that's understandable. That's completely understandable. Now, someone just came in the room and sit down, and I think we should introduce this person. It's not who I think it is it? Well, you're telling me that you can't see who just walked in. I can see, but I don't really want to introduce him. Why? Because I said before that this person was going to show up, and he did. And now I'm all confused. So you want me to do the intro, or you want to do the intro? I want to do the intro. Well, too bad I'm doing the intro. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've already got one Beatle sitting here, but back in the 60s, like when the Beatles were around and when they were playing huge stadiums and stuff like that, there was this songwriting team, which two of the main members have formed. John Lennon, who is my co-host sitting right beside me, and the guy who just walked in. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Sir Paul McCartney. Woo! That's the one, yeah, hello! Hello everybody out there. Everybody out there in podcast land, this is me, Paul McCartney. Woo! That's the one. Do. Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Hey. Who said you could sing a song? Well, you were singing. You and Elvis was singing, so I thought I'd come in and sing a few songs. Oh, that's fair enough. Keep going. Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Oh, that was beautiful. That deserves a round of applause. Oh, thank you very much. Well, there's a funny story about how that song was written. Oh, here we go again. What, you don't want to hear it? You don't want to hear how I wrote yesterday? I've heard how you wrote yesterday. I've heard it so many times. You told me when you wrote the song and you first brought it into the studio now you want to tell it again. I think everyone knows how the song yesterday was written. I don't. Yeah, but that's you, Elvis. Wait, how do you not know? Well, like you, I like to keep my nose out of the news. That's bullshit. You were talking about the news before. I know, I'm just ribbing you. Hey, don't use my lines against me. Okay, well, Paul, continue on with the story because we haven't got that much time left. Okay, Elvis, thank you. Well, it all started well. I woke up, I got out of bed, dragged a comb across my head. Oh, now you're singing your part from the day in the life? John, just leave me alone, okay? I'm trying to get used to the idea of seeing you and Elvis here and you're both dead. Now, how did you come here? Like, how are you in this plane of existence at the moment? Well, you heard the story, didn't you? You heard from outside. You could hear the podcast, couldn't you? Yeah, but I want you to explain it again. I'm not explaining it again. Okay, well, so basically, Timmy James, who is the host of this wonderful podcast, he came in and he came into me and he asked me, he's like, would you like to do my podcast? And I said, sure. You got any money? And he said no. So I thought, well, I'll do it anyway because he's such a big fan. So, yeah, that's how I got on the podcast. He never told me that. Yeah, that's because you want to... He told me, he's like, I'm thinking of asking John and possibly Elvis Presley. And I turned to him, I'm like, how are you going to do that? And he said, I'm going to do it as a seance. But you just said you wanted to know how Elvis and I got here. I know, but I was only ribbing you. Oh, now you're using my lines. First it was Elvis, now it's you. Okay, so basically I woke up, I had this tune in my head, and I thought, well, yeah, I got on the piano and played it, and I'm like, this is interesting. I'm wondering where this tune came from. I still don't know where it came from. Probably from like my dad's old music collection. Probably one of his old songs that he had lying around the house. So I thought, well, So I went into the studio and I played it to John. It was shit. It wasn't shit. It was absolutely brilliant. You know, you're only saying it was shit because after the Beatles broke up, everyone came up to you and they're like, oh, John, can you sing me a few bars of Yesterday? Yeah, that's because everyone thought I wrote it. Yeah, it's because we put Lennon and McCartney on all the songs that we've written. But yeah, we only did that so we got equal rights and equal billing and all that, so we get equal royalties. Yeah, but I don't remember getting any music, any royalties. Well, we got some royalties and stuff, but yeah, and then And then, like, our music, the rights to our publishing was, it was, it was sold to, who it was sold to? Yeah, I've heard this story before. Because the person who it was sold to he's in heaven. Oh, so you do know then? Yeah, because he came and told me. He laughed in my face. He's like, I brought you rice. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Jackson. Hello. It's me, Michael. Hello. Oh no, what are you doing here? Well, this very nice boy came, he did a seance and he asked me, he's like, would you like to come on my podcast? And I thought, well, how am I going to do that if I'm dead? And he said, well, I have these special powers that can bring you back to life. Hey, why are you starting to sound like me? Because I'm so influenced by your voice. I love the Liverpool sound voice. I love the voice. I love it. Yeah, but please stop doing it because it's offensive to all the people from Liverpool. I'm not offended by it. Yeah, but Paul, you've moved around so much. Like you were from other places before you were from Liverpool. Yeah, but I moved around so much because my mum was a nurse. Like she was a midwife, so so we moved around a bit. But after she died, I stayed in Liverpool with my dad. Oh, that's a brilliant story. Now, Michael, I hate to say that, but we're running out of time. Oh no! I just got here! Oh, but anyway, I've been John Lennon. I'm Elvis Presley. I'm Paul McCartney. And I'm Michael Jackson. And this has been the Timmy James Show. Goodbye. Thank you very much. You've always got to get a last word in, don't you? Okay, bye-bye.
The Timmy James Show. The Timmy James Show. The Timmy James Show. Yeah. 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 Come on. Don't fuck with me. Yeah. Timmy James Show. You hear what the crazy I don't give a fuck. I'm Timmy James. I don't give a fuck. If I mention any name, I'm Timmy James.